What's up, guys? Valence Ring here, bringing you a long overdue, heavily requested video, and probably one of the most important videos on puzzles and survival that you're going to see for a while. And I'm talking about gear. Gear chip module cubes, enhancing your stats for your troops. Now, this is important to note, and I want you to ask yourself a question before you even get into this video, which is, what type of player are you? What type of player am I? So what I mean by that is, how do you tend to play the game? Are you a troop specialist? Are you a troop generalist? Or are you a two-troop specialist? And I'll get into that in a little bit, but I want you to keep that in the back of your mind, because every decision that you make is based on how you play the game, or should be at least. So if you're not sure how you play the game, it's going to be difficult for you to make best decisions for your gameplay. So that's why I want you to keep that in the back of your mind and understand that knowing what you want to do before you do it is important. So if you want to be a troop specialist, what does that mean? That means that you pick one type of troop, let's say shooters, and you specialize in your shooters. So you get your shooter gear up first because you want shooter stats as high as possible. As you can see here, for the most part, a lot of these I'm specialized in shooters. You'll see red stars before anything else. I still have 4 stars, fighter and rider modules, but my shooter module is red star. So I obviously promoted it before promoting something else, and of course I have other stuff ready to go, but I'm waiting to be able to promote this red star module to 2 red star, which is a big boost, but it takes a lot of material. As you can see, I'm almost there. So a dual troop specialist is one that, as you can see here from my gear, which I'm technically a dual troop specialist. I'm actually a generalist, but for right now, I'm a 2-troop specialist. You can see this is my shooter attack, and this is my fighter attack. And then this is rider attack and shooter attack. So I switch from fighters to shooters, and I'm try to kind of balance it out, and then I go more generalist. So that's kind of what I mean. I'm a generalist, but I tend to specialize for something that I need right now, and then I go back to rounding out all of my stats. So my goal actually is to get all my gear to red star before promoting anything to 2 red star. However, for modules, I'm using that as my specialist, and I'm mostly upgrading my shooter modules so that I can still specialize in shooters, but I'm still generally rounding out all the stats for all my troops. So if you go down in here to boost info, look at your troop boosts. This will show you everything. This will show you your base boosts that you have all the time. Doesn't matter what you send, or if you're just sitting there without any heroes, what are your boosts? As you can see here, my shooter attack is the highest at 935, and then of course fighter attack is at 584, and rider attack at 569. So you can see I play fairly well balanced, but my shooters are definitely higher than anything else. And then fighters come in a close second, and riders are starting to creep up on the fighters. So that being said, this is where you're going to see that, and if you are a generalist, you do want to focus on troop attack, defense, and hit points. So what does this have to do with gear, chip, modules, and cubes? So understanding where you're at, where you want to be, and how you want to play, what troop you want to specialize in, and I don't necessarily recommend shooters, I'm just saying that that's what I am. I would almost recommend riders over anything, but I happen to be shooter based. So at any rate, what does that have to do with gear, chip, modules, and cubes? So cubes are a generalist item. I'm going to cover that really quick. Cubes basically have multiple boosts, but they're not very big boosts. So here you can see the time cube boosts at fighter, shooter, and rider attack, as well as troop defense and troop hit points. And then your next one, which is your space cube, boosts your defense of fighter, shooter, rider, and your troop attack and troop defense. And then the energy cube boosts your hit points: fighter, rider, shooter hit points, troop hit point, and troop attack. So these are generalists. They kind of boost everything across the board, be it attack, defense, or hit points, with some troop boost along the way. And of course, you have multiple slots for those that depend upon your headquarter level. So you may or may not have cubes unlocked yet, and if you haven't unlocked cubes, that's okay. You will when you reach a certain gear factory level. But let's talk about gear now. Now, gear is designed to be a true 2-troop specialist setup. So what I mean by that is because each piece of gear boosts two types of troops, for instance, fighter, attack, and then shooter, defense, shooter, hit points, this means that you can pick gear that is suitable for two different troop types and boost those stats. So I can pick this one for fighter attack, and then I can pick this one for shooter attack, fighter defense, fighter hit points. So if I level these up equally, my shooter attack, fighter attack are going to be similar, and my fighter defense, fighter hit point, and shooter defense, shooter hit point are going to be similar as well. So I boost two troops by selecting gear. This is one of the reasons gear is the most expensive to upgrade comparatively to other pieces such as chip, module, and cube. So for instance, to promote my 4-star ballistic helmet to 5-star is 1,000 promotion material, while taking a single red star module from 1 red star to 2 is 1,000 promotion material and 300 red star or promote 2 material. Okay, so it's the same amount of promotion material to get a module up as it is to get to 7-star as it is to get a 4-star gear to 5-star. So it's important to understand how the gear promotion levels work for each of these items and where the cost is going to go. And the reason that's important is because if you come into your bag, these boxes that you win from different events and things like that, save them for Global Ace Commander Promote Day if you can. But these pieces, you can pick which one you want to upgrade. So when you're choosing this, I can get 240 pieces. Obviously, if I put them in module, I'm going to be able to get a red star module up to 2 red star versus, you know, if I was able to get to 1,000 gear promoter, I'm only going to be able to take a 4-star piece of gear to 5-star. So that's the price difference from gear to modules. And if you look at chips, it's similar, except for chips are slightly different. They require less red star material, but they require more promote material. So you can see they kind of balance it out between the two. Your red star promotion material and your regular promotion material. So it's important to see that when I upgrade chips, I only need 200 red star material, but I need 1,200 regular promote material to go from 1 red star to 2. Now, I don't know where you are specifically in your upgrade. You might still have 3-star material or even 2-star material, and getting it up is going to take time. So look at the cost for each one that you're doing and understand what it's going to cost to get it up a level. And if you want to specialize, then you want to pick, you know, chips or modules that focus on that. So let's talk about that. So like I said, first of all, gear is a dual troop specialization. So you could pick 2 pieces of gear and level them up, and you're going to specialize in 2 types of troops. So gear is how you stay pretty balanced, and then chips is the very first way that you're able to specialize. So if you want to be fighter based, then you're going to focus on getting all of your fighter chips, which you have 6 of them, up to the highest level possible. As you can see, all my fighter chips are either red star or 5-star, 5 or 6-star. And then I'll eventually start moving them up to 7-star. And as you can see, all my modules, my shooter chips for every module I own is red star. And I have one going up to 7-star, okay, or 2 red star. At any rate, specialization starts breaking down with chips. This is where you're going to first be able to pick which troop you want to specialize in and focus on that chip. So boosting this chip up is going to increase my, shooters, but it's only 7%. So it's not as big of a jump as, say, gear promoter, where promoting this from 37, I'm jumping up to 52%. That's a big jump. Okay, so that's why gear itself is some of the biggest jumps, but is also the most expensive. And because it's dual specialization, you're not going to get necessarily the added benefit of promoting one piece of gear. You're not going to get all of the boost for that one type of troop. So promoting a shooter chip, I get strictly shooter stats. And the same goes with module, which will be the second way that you can specialize. My shooter modules are going to boost attack, defense, and hit points. So these are specialization materials, chips and modules. These are the ones where you get to pick specifically which type of troop you want to specialize in, boost the stats entirely for that troop alone, and get the maximum benefit. So That being said, cube again is kind of a specialist, and you have to pick which cube. Do you want to focus on attack, defense, or hit points? And then, of course, you get the added bonuses of the troop boosts also with that. So that being said, gear is a 2-troop specialization material. Cube is a 3-troop specialization or a generalist specialization. And chip and module are single troop specializations. So that being said, it's also important to note that if you just happen to be weak in an area and you need to boost that particular troop to help you out for some particular task, then you want to focus on chip and modules. If you need all of your troops up because you're kind of just weak overall, then you want to focus on gear and cubes. And in doing so, you'll be able to boost the specific troops that you need. I can't give you the specific roadmap to how to do that. And the reason being is because every player is different and their needs are different. So what you need is what you have to evaluate and then use that gear accordingly. So how do you get a lot of this material? So that's the only other thing I really wanted to talk about. And getting gear material, you can buy some in the Alliance shop under the other gear enhanced material. 1,000 Alliance coins will get you a 1-star piece of gear enhanced material. You can see my stock is 1,013 and the Alliance owns 4,000, or vice versa. I own 4,140. The Alliance shop owns 1,013. So I can sit here and buy as many as I would like up to my Alliance coins, which is 789, and I'll get gear enhanced material. The other ways to get gear enhanced material are by raiding layers and, of course, in the mall. And then completing events will also get you enhanced material, or you can win these material choice boxes, which also drop 100 1-star enhanced material for whatever piece of gear that you want to enhance. Your gear, your chip, your module, or your cube. So what I recommend is saving all of that, these promotion materials, material choice boxes, and then when you're looking to do an upgrade and you are missing so much of something, that's when I go in and I choose that specific item to enhance. Otherwise, I just let what naturally comes my way from doing layers and things like that to fill up my resources in that regard. So if you want to focus on gear, troop generalization, which you should, everyone should always be focused on gear a little bit. I recommend getting everything up to Red Star, specialize with the 2 troops that you want to specialize on first, and then go up from there. So chips, where do we get chip material? Again, the same places, the mall and inside those material choice boxes, but also from ruins. For ruins, the better you do, the more tokens that you're going to get on a daily basis. So you always want to be pushing your ruins challenge up as high as possible. Then you come in here to the exchange shop and you can see all of your chip materials. You can see I bought 10 of the chip promoter 2s because it's maxed out at 10 per day, and then you can buy the regular chip promoters and you can buy 100 per day. And then you have to wait for it to reset. And all of these have a cap. Your 3-star enhanced material, you can only get 50, and then 100 of the 2-star and 300 of the 1-star. As you can see, it's only 100 material, or 1 coin to get 1 enhanced material. This isn't a lot. 300 1-star enhanced material isn't a lot. It only gives you 10 experience to a chip. And each chip to go up a level can be quite expensive. So as you can see here, to enhance this, I need 9,000. All right, so I'm only getting 10 per enhancement material. So that means for 300, I'm only getting 3,000. I'm getting 1/3 of the promotion to get this from 10 to level 10 to level 11. And that does go up in time. And of course, if you're Red Star or 2 Red Star, the higher the level, obviously the higher the value that you need. I need 50,000. So how many days is that going to take if I'm only getting 3,000 at a time? Okay, so that's a long time to get 1 enhancement level. Other than that, you are going to get chip enhancement material from doing quests, special operations maybe, and different things like that. So that's why I always emphasize saving quests. Now modules, where do you get that enhancement material? Obviously the mall if you want to spend money, but the second most important place is your rare earth field. Okay, this is where all your module material is, your single, your double enhanced material. As you can see, Because I'm trying to focus on that one chip, I bought all of these materials. I was also doing that for a break loose event, or a daily event of getting module material, and I was able to complete the event by using what I had on hand and buying these in the Rare Earth shop. So the Rare Earth shop is going to where you're going to be able to get that module enhanced material. If you're getting close, or you're want to or need to specialize in one module, this is where you're going to come and check this, make sure that you're getting enough rare earth and you're doing well in the pit, and then of course buy what you need, remembering that there is a cap on how much you can buy daily. So if you need 70 module promoter 2s, it's going to take you at least 7 days to get that, because you can only buy 10 of these module promoter 2s per day. So make sure you keep track of that. Patience will always be your friend in anything regarding this game. And of course, if you don't have patience, you have them all. All right, so cube material, where do you get cube material? Cube material, of course, in the mall, or when you can open those boxes that I've mentioned before. And then Reservoir War, also you can buy cube enhancement material. And then when the diamond event, the diamond exchange shop opens up, you can buy enhanced material there. Also, there is the diamond shop, and you can buy gear refiner in here, gear module and chip enhanced material here, but not cubes. The main way that you're going to get cubes is by completing your daily quests. If you complete all of your daily quests, you will get a cube random box ×2 here, and a cube random box ×1 there. And that'll depend upon a couple things. One, if you've unlocked cubes in your headquarter level. But once you're able to get that material, then basically every day you're going to get 2 to 3 pieces of a random cube box, which then you open for different types of material, such as cubes themselves. As you can see here, it drops energy cubes, space-time cubes, 2 or 3 or 4 stars, and then of course your cube enhancing cube promotion material. The cube promoter 2s, you'll have to wait for the diamond exchange, buy in the mall, or winning from events, and you'll get these other promote choice 2 boxes, and you can buy cube promoter 2s there. So that's cube. Again, modules is in the rare earth pit, chip is in the ruins, gears in your alliance shop and from layers and things like that. And of course, all of those are also dropped during multiple events. For instance, even module, as you can see here, I was able to get chip enhanced material, gear enhanced material, as well as chip promoters, chip enhanced materials, etc. So this is one of the reasons why you do want to save stuff and complete events, because you're going to get stuff that otherwise would cost you money or resources, and you get these just for completing the event. And then of course, if you rank high enough, you also get the bonus benefit of hero choice cards as well as resources, which you will always need more resources. And then Reservoir War is where you're able to go into the exchange shop and buy cube promoters and cube enhanced materials. And this is one of the best places to buy cube enhanced materials and cube promoters if you aren't too worried about getting Lavina frags. Alright, so that's everything, guys. Basically, to recap, gear is 2 troop specialization, chip is single module, single troop specialization, cube is generalist specialization, and how you want to play and specialize in your troops is going to determine what you should focus on. Modules give a slightly better bonus than chips, but the cost is different. It's balanced between 2-star and regular promotion material. Gear is the most expensive but gives the biggest boosts. So if you're looking strictly for the biggest boosts and you have time or money that you want to spend, focus on gear, and then focus on module, then focus on chip. If you're kind of a free-to-play player and you're playing the long game, you're going to want to specialize in gear as soon as possible, and then predominantly specialize in chip. When you get there, then of course you want to switch and specialize in cube to the best of your ability. Now, the only other thing I want to mention is these cube refinements. So cube, module, and chip and gear all have these refinements. Basically, this is just a troop bonus, but it applies to either gear, chip, module, or cube in ruins. So that's important to note. These, like this, even though the troop attack, defense, and hit points goes up for all of my troops in any situation, when it comes to how those stats are calculated, it is considered a gear stat. and this is considered a chip stat. So you do want those to be equal or level up as soon as you can. That will boost you for ruins, for getting higher up in ruins. And there is a specialty troop chip I forgot to mention, and this is the troop chip, and this is the one that you actually have to get into Arena Hero Duel Survival Glory, or Hero Duel Glory. If you're in the top 500 and you're able to compete in this, then you will get rewarded with Hero Duel Survival medals, which then can be exchanged for troop chip promoters, troop chip enhancement material, and troop chip promoters too. You can also buy regular chip enhancement material in here. However, this is the only place to get troop chip promoters. I'm not even sure if you can buy them in the mall. So you definitely want to make sure that you're getting your troop chips up from Hero Glory shop first and foremost, and then of course spend it on what you need after that. Alright guys, so that's pretty much everything. Figure out how you want to specialize. I know it's a big topic. If you have any other questions, please put them down in the comments section below. Pay attention to what you're leveling, what the cost is, and if it makes more sense to upgrade something else instead and stay balanced, or if it makes more sense to specialize in one or two troops and then boost that material. So obviously let me know your gameplay style down below, and if you have any questions, put them down below. Like the video if it helped, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.